Hello folks, this is day 3 of the Temagami trip. Kind of a cloudy, funky day. The wind's up and down, there's been some gusts, but right now it's not too bad. I was going to take a hike or kayak up this arm a little bit. This is called Spawning Bay, and I'm on what I call Sliver of the Moon Island. Anyway, I was going to hike. There's a long portage over to another lake, but with the kind of breezy day, that strong, but enough that I'm going to be beaten against the wind. And we had heavy rain last night, so the trail's going to be kind of muddy and wet. So it wouldn't be as pleasant today as I had hoped. I wasn't counting on all the rain we got last night. Kind of a nasty day. This morning I put up the solar panels, angled them kind of southwest here to take advantage of the sun. I had them flat for the first couple of days. Last night I put them up and tried a couple of different angles, and it did benefit. I was able to pick up quite a bit of extra energy by angling them, and we're now into past the middle of September, and the angle of the sun is a lot lower, the days are shorter, and there's a lot more cloudy weather. So I'm having to maximize the energy that I can get. I'm playing around there with angling the panels. It's a good thing I put those 4-way mounts on there. If you have questions about that, put them in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. A website's called 4-Way Solar, and they make these mounts that allow you to angle your panels in 4 different cardinal directions, basically. It seems to be functioning well, and I appreciate that. The nights are kind of long, and I've been having problems with, for some reason, my not being able to sleep very well because of a lot of aches and pains. I slept fine on the 2 days coming over, but the last 2 nights on the water have been a little bit, I've had to get up and take some ibuprofen. I don't know if that's because of something I did when I was launching. I was messing around carrying the kayak a ways and stuff like that, so it might be aggravated something. So I'm hoping that clears up, and I'm hoping I'm getting more sun here in the next few days. Forecast does not look good. Looks like more of the same for the next few days, and actually maybe even a little worse, more rain I think in the next couple days. So I'm not really sure where I'm going to go next. I was supposed to go down to the southwest corner. I haven't been into what they call Northwest Bay either, so I think what I'll do is go kind of counterclockwise and go up into Northwest Bay tomorrow and see what I can find up there. There's some shoal water up on the very far end, and I'm not sure how far I can get, so we'll see. A place they call Birch Narrows. I have a feeling that only kayaks can get through there, maybe not boats with motors, so we'll see. That's the tentative plan right now. For dinner, I'm making pizza. Brought 3 personal pizzas along for this trip. Kind of a change. I haven't done that. Well, I did one last in July just to experiment with it, and it worked well, so I think decided to do that more often. It's kind of a nice treat on some of these days to have a little bit different meal. Turn the camera around here so you can see what's going on out there on the lake. Looking pretty gray. You see there's a few breaks, or at least lighter parts of those clouds, which is allowing enough solar energy to get through that I've actually increased since this morning, about 10% or so. So if I can gain 20%, that would even be better. That's about, it depends on the temperatures and stuff, but about 20 to 25% is what I use overnight. So if I can gain that each day, then that'll get me through the next night. That'll stretch me out until we get some sunny days here. We just haven't had days of any significant sun. There was a little bit yesterday that lasted, probably in the morning, I guess is about where it from sun up till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I think is when it started to cloud up. So that's the only stretch we've had of sunny conditions since I've been up here, and this is the 3rd day. So, and looking ahead 3 days, same cloudy stuff, a lot of rain. This is more like October. I'm a little disappointed in the weather, hoping that it improves a little bit, but we'll see. And we'll walk you out into the site, show you around a little bit. Flip it around so you can see. And we'll walk you through the site. This is one that I've been to before, but it's been 3 years since I've been back. Got the solar panels at an angle to try to benefit as much sun as I can because of the fact that we're in a cloudy day today. There's very little sun, but what little I can get, I appreciate. So there we go. Here's the site. It's really narrow. You can see here's the back side of the island there. And we'll walk a little bit over this way. I thought I might have a fire last night, but then it started raining, so that ended up not happening. I used my tabletop fire instead. Ended up being inside because of the weather, but it was very pleasant. We'll walk you through these. There's some nice big pines here on this island. And we got a fisherman out there trying to catch a few. But the island, as you can see, is really narrow. You can see the water on both sides. Really neat. I was going to take a hike over to the adjoining lake today, but I just didn't feel up to it. It felt lazy, I guess. I got pretty busy trying to get the solar panels working, and I kind of wore myself out before I ever got going. And in the sun, I was just waiting for a little bit of more pleasant weather and for the wind to calm a little bit more, and it just didn't happen. So, well, here's somebody cut a fresh piece of wood. They shouldn't have done that. You're not supposed to cut green trees. That's a no-no. Some cedars back in here. Actually, I don't know if I ever walked back all the way on this thing. So this is the first time I've made all the way down here. Looks like several people have cut wood. Kind of a nice bare spot up here. This would be good for a tent site. If you had more than one tent, could put one up in here. But this is the end of the island here. You can see right down there the end. It's kind of a neat place. Not place very far to walk because the island is so short, but here's a shot of the boat. The solar panels up. Looks actually pretty pleasant right now. I should probably go paddling, but we're getting close to dinner time now. I may change my mind and go later today. We'll see. It's a nice day, even though it's just a beautiful fall day, other than there's not sun, but the temperatures are pleasant. It's a little humid, I guess, but not bad. Just had a glass of wine and trying to decide what to do this afternoon. I just couldn't quite make up my mind. I may possibly bring the fire ring up tonight, and if there's still as much wind as there is right now on the water. Tabletop fire doesn't work well when you got fire ring. Works better for that, those kinds of conditions. And right now it's good for the fire ring, so I'd start a fire, but the only thing they've got is this green piece of wood here, and that's not going to work. So flip it around here. The fisherman's coming a little closer, and we'll walk back to the boat. Here you can see my ramp arrangement. Getting aboard works nice at this particular spot because it's a fairly steep side, so works good. All right, folks, I'm setting out here using the fire ring tonight because I don't have any firewood to burn. There's a piece of green wood here, but that's about it. There's no place to really collect any firewood. Just finished putting the solar panels up. I don't think you can see it through the trees, but I re-angled them to the west here because the sun is shining through a little bit. It's only going to get about 30-45 minutes, maybe an hour worth of sun, but every little bit I can get helps my solar battery hang on until the end. We've got a lot of cloudy weather over the next several days, and so I got to work at trying to make that happen. Tonight I'm just going to use the fire ring to enjoy sitting around the fire and looking out on the lake, enjoying the evening. I might do some reading. I'm finished on my last trip, Gray Owl, the first of the collection. There's three. The first one is The Men of the Last Frontier. Second one is Pilgrims of the Wild. And the third is Seijo and the Beaver People. I'm working on the second one, Pilgrims of the Wild, in Grey Wolf, the collected works. I'll read that a little bit and see if some wildlife comes out this evening. Maybe listen to some music. Generally just relax this evening. I had pizza for dinner, pizza, salad, cold beer, and then for dessert I had Bailey's on ice cream. Quite the dinner. It was excellent. And I decided not to go canoeing because it just was real gray and there was a wind blowing, and I knew the woods was wet from last night, so I skipped it. Tonight I'll just sit and enjoy the fire. I hit the sack early. The plan is to move tomorrow. I think I'm going to go up into Northwest Bay rather than heading direct to the southwest corner of the lake. That's where my goal was, to go that direction, but the one bay up in the Northwest Bay, I should say, I have not been to, so I thought I'd better go up that way and take a look, spend a night or two up that way, and then move down to the southwest. So that's the plan at this point. We'll check back with you a little bit later.